Today, we're going to take a look at how to search for a job on Indeed.com. First thing that you need is a job title, keyword, or company name to get started in looking for something. And it's quite smart about guessing what you're searching for and showing you titles that it is familiar with. So even if I just start typing in the word computer, it's going to give me some good selections here for jobs that I might want to take a look at. Well, I'm interested in being a computer support specialist, so I'll select that. And then the where is, well, where should this job be located? Not necessarily where you currently are, but it's usually going to be the same thing. And we're here in Berkeley. This will look for jobs that are local to me. If you're looking for a remote job, there's a couple of additional options that we can use. I'll show you how that works in a minute. All right, so I clicked Find Jobs, and it will now show me the listings of 124 jobs within 25 miles of Berkeley, California. Great. Now, if I'm looking for a remote, they have an option right here in these filters where you can narrow it down to our remote job. And now I've got 17 jobs that are remote and within 25 miles of Berkeley. If you're looking for a remote job, though, it doesn't need to be necessarily close to where you live. So I could increase this, let's say, within 100 miles. Now it's gone up to 314 jobs. If I never have to actually go to the business location, then I can theoretically work anywhere in California. I could even work out of state. Some states allow it and some employers allow it. Not all, but some. And if I don't care where this job is at all, I can just take out the where altogether. Find jobs. And now within the US, there's almost 11,000 jobs that meet this description of computer support specialist. Okay, great. So we can start taking a look at the jobs themselves. The most important thing here, by far, is to look for the job qualifications before you do anything else. If you're not at all qualified for the job, then it doesn't fit you right now. Maybe sometime in the future it will, but right now it does not. It's not a good use of your time to even look at those job descriptions. So you're going to have to look through quite a few, and you want to go immediately to the qualifications. Make sure that you're somewhat qualified for the job, at least. We say about 80% qualified. Give yourself a little extra credit in terms of how qualified you think you might be. Okay, so let's take a look. First one, IT support specialist in San Francisco. It's full-time, 8 hours. Okay, if these details make sense to you, we'll keep going. They have some highlights here that talk about the job. Let's take a look at it. Now, sometimes Indeed will kind of fool you a little bit. They'll put a qualifications section up top. And generally, these qualification sections will be very, very easy to meet. In this case, the only thing they're looking for is US work authorization. Now, that can't be it for this type of jobs. There has to be more. So what we want to do, don't read anything else in this job description. Just start scrolling through until you find qualifications or requirements, something of that nature in the listing that will tell you what you need to have to apply for this job. And what it says is 1 to 2 years of experience as a IT support specialist. If you have 0 experience in this field, this is probably not the right job for you. If it just says 1 year of experience, or it says 1 year preferred, if you have gone through a training program, for example, or done a volunteer position, then you may be qualified. You might consider applying for it if you meet all the other qualifications. So if this is true for you, then you'd click Apply Now if you are actually looking for a job, or if you were in our program and doing this as part of an assignment, then you would copy this URL up here, this web location, and put it into the document that you're working on. Let's take a look at a couple more though. Next, Mac support specialist. Well, you can tell right from the title, if you don't know anything about Mac, you've never supported a Mac, this is probably not the right job for you. We can just keep moving on until we find one that's good. Okay, SME, computer user support specialist. It's in San Francisco. Pays okay, decent. It's full-time. Here's a little overview. And let's take a look at it. All right, we're gonna do nothing until we find qualifications. No reason to read this at all. Requirements: education, AA is an associate's degree, minimum work experience, 9+ years. All right, that's quite substantial. So if you don't have anywhere close to 9 years of experience, it's not asking for IT experience, just any kind of work experience, I guess. It's not specifying here. You shouldn't apply for it. It's got some physical requirements. So there's some physical aspects of the job. So you'd want to make sure that you could do those as well, with or without accommodation. All right, probably with 9 years of experience required here, very few people will be able to meet these qualifications. Go to the next one, IT support specialist, full-time, and let's see here. We'll take a look in our listing again. This is this thing that Indeed does that can kind of fool you. This is more like a special qualification that the employer has included, which is that they need you to have a US work authorization, okay? All right, so we're gonna not do anything else until we find requirements or qualifications. All right, associate and bachelor's degree, information technology, computer science related field work. Work experience in lieu of degree will be considered. So coming to CTP's training program may be sufficient for this qualification. So it sort of depends. You'd want to look at the rest of the qualifications to decide if you feel qualified for this. But I see right here, 3 years of experience providing IT help desk. Okay, if you don't have any experience, then you're not going to be qualified for this position. So that's fine. We go to the next. And that's what your job searching will look like. Find the qualifications. That is the key message here. Don't get faked out by these special qualifications that Indeed sometimes includes. Look in the job description itself for their requirements or qualifications. And if you feel 80% qualified, then it's a match for you. Everything I talked about applies to any kind of job that you might look for. If you're looking for an admin role, a receptionist, an office clerk, network engineer, anything, we'll go through this process in exactly the same way. Most important thing up here is if you're looking for remote, is that you have selected that option, which I actually forgot to do in this case. And then to include a where if it's important if the business location is close to you. Obviously, if you have to go there in person or even for an interview, it's going to need to be something that you can realistically get to. If they have a great job that sounds wonderful and it's fully remote and it's in Florida, but they require you to come in person for an interview, that's probably not going to happen. So just keep that in mind when you're looking. And best of luck on your job search. There's a lot of opportunity out there. Just a matter of putting the energy into finding that match for you.